Coach, did Michigan State do anything tonight you didn't expect?
You know, they really didn't. You know, that's kind of one of the disturbing things about it. I didn't think they did anything that we really didn't expect. I didn't think that, I didn't think we played well consistently on defense, and then we never could get them off the field. And they had the luxury of using the clock, and then they, were able to keep our offense off the field most of the night. And then offensively, I thought the first half. I thought some of our youth on offense was exposed the first half, but then we got in sync, but then, it started to get away from us, and we never, we didn't get them off the field the second half either.
Coach, Dylan Howard, you're now 3-9 in season openers and conclusions. Can you elaborate on why it's been so tough? It's first game of the season and end game of the season?
Well, I don't know that that's the case. You can do all your little stats and scenarios and all those goofy things, but you can also maybe review how Washington State's done prior to, our players and our staff getting here, and maybe, you can find some answers there, and you seem like a sharp young man. Okay, next.
Mike Stefano, Seattle Times. At which point did you decide that Tyler was going to start today, and what is Luke's status right now?
Luke's doing exactly what we want Luke to do, and Luke's had a fine career here and also done a great deal for this program, probably more than most people will ever realize. We felt like Tyler was the ideal guy to start with our lineup today, and so he's the one we selected, and so. That's what happened there. All right.
Coach,
I'm sorry.
Nope, we've got a guy here.
There and there.
Coach, you mentioned how it was disturbing that because they didn't do anything you didn't expect, yet you still didn't play. Well, what do you think the issue was? Was it an effort thing? Was it just?
I thought we had pretty good effort early. I thought we had good effort early. And I also thought that their quarterback did a really good job of keeping us honest. Anytime they needed a key play or something like that, their quarterback did a good job of converting a third down, that type of thing. And then we gave up some explosives and things like that defensively, which I felt like were certainly uncharacteristic of this season.
Coach, did you have a chance to talk with any of your seniors leading into this game about what they meant for specifically to you personally or to the program?
Yes, we talked about that with our entire group, of which we won't share any of that with you.
Coach, was Luke injured? I'm sorry, I wasn't real clear on that.
You're going to remain unclear on it. Next question.
So you don't want to comment on it, or I'm sorry?
I don't comment on that. Are you new?
No, I've been around about 30 years or so. Just
okay, for 25 of those, I haven't commented on injuries.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach.
Coach Leach, Hondo Carpenter, Spartan Nation. Curious for you, you've done such a terrific job at Washington State in your time there. I know it's disappointing to end on a loss, but are you able to appreciate how far this program's come under your leadership?
I think we had, the one thing that is indisputable, we had a tremendously good season. We had a better season than most people expected. Probably a few games short of what we as a team expected, as coaches, as players. A few games short of what we expected. But it was a very good season for us, and one where we've got plenty of space to improve on.
Coach Lindsey Joy from KHQ, what did you think of Tyler's performance in his first start for him?
I thought once he got in a rhythm, he did well. I thought he did well once he got in a rhythm and pushed the ball downfield pretty well. The biggest thing, Michigan State kept us off the field, and we squandered some opportunities on third down, and then Michigan State kept us off the field, so we didn't get the ball very as many plays or as often as we'd like.
Coach Leach, starting trip for him too. Tonight you had a tough time getting anything going through the run and then explosives, and that's kind of been, it seems like a bit of a trend this season.
I didn't hear the first part of your question.
It seems like this season you've had a tough time getting the ground game going and then generating explosive plays. Why do you think that's been a bit of a struggle this year?
Well, I don't know why it's been a bit of a struggle, and I don't know that it's I think some of what's identified as a struggle with that is explosive plays compared to what some of our teams have done in the past. I do think we're capable of more explosive plays than we've gotten, but I think compared to a lot of teams, we have quite a lot of explosive plays.
Coach, obviously you've had some huge wins this year. All 4 losses were by at least 21 points. Do you have an explanation for that, and is there any significance to that?
I don't really gauge them by points. I think you go out there and you try to win the game, and sometimes you have to take some chances if you're going to win the game. We're not one of those guys that's going to limp to the finish line and keep it as close as we can. And some style points sort of, it's closer. It could have been worse. I mean, that's pointless. I mean, the point is to win the game, and so we're going to take chances that can potentially put us in it. But with that, there's a cost to that, and you lose by more points, but I don't really see that as terribly significant,
Mike, do you feel like you guys missed Hercules in the first half, and have you talked to him about whether he's coming back next year?
Yes, we missed him in the first half, and any conversations that I had with him on whether he's coming back or what he's doing, I'll share with him and probably not anybody in here. I'll tell you, when you guys start getting invitations to these meetings and stuff you asked me about, and when we ask you to the meeting, and we'll probably have some hors d'oeuvres, maybe tea, maybe coffee, might even ask you what you like. But you guys can figure that about the time we start inviting you to these meetings, about the time we're going to tell you this stuff.
Coach, you don't think there's been an issue with having more than a week off preparation-wise for you in your tenure here?
Next question.
Jim Allen, spokesman review. Coach, the busted play or busted coverage and that gain for them, 49-yarder. Could you talk about that play, and did that seem to affect your team? Because it seemed to go downhill after that.
I think it affected our team. I think collectively a lot of things affected our team. I do think that affected our team. I think that the quick answer is our eyes were in the right place, and sometimes things are going to work out for the other guy, and sometimes he's going to have a big play. But then the answer is just do your job and continue to execute the defense. But I did think that we unraveled a little bit after that play.
Coach, earlier in the season we heard you talk about how you thought that arguably the Pac-12 top to bottom could be one of the more competitive conferences in the country. After a couple of these matchups between Pac-12 teams now and facing off against other conferences and your game today, is that something that you can still argue for and validate?
We're going to have a tough time ever really sorting that until conferences play the same schedules, the same amount of conference games, and until we have a more expanded playoff format, I think. I do think, though, that in our conference we're tested in a unique way that we're not, that other teams in other conferences aren't, because I do think from top to bottom that we have a very tough conference, and then of course you get body punched throughout the year. I do think that potentially has a cumulative effect.
Okay, last question for coaching, and then we have any time for the players. I mean, a few minutes for the players.
Mike, Luke came out and warmed up and was throwing pregame. Was that a game time decision, or did you know coming into the day that he wasn't going to play?
I guess we had a sense of it. Yeah, we had a sense of it that he wasn't going to play, which is unfortunate because of what he's done here. But we have to look out for what's in his best interest and the best interest of our players.
Any questions for the players?
Jalen, did